How do you play the housing recovery? Shares of Lowe's, the retailer, surging on their earnings beat today. So if you're looking for a non-home builder housing play, what's a better buy right now? Do you think it's Lowe's or Home Depot? We're going to do that in Talking Numbers today. On the technical side, it's Ennis Tanner with riskreversal.com, and on the fundamental side, it's Steve Cortez with Veracruz. Good to see you both. Thank you for joining us. Ennis, from a technical perspective, what do you think, Lowe's or Home Depot?
So I prefer Lowe's, and I'll show you why. If we look at a 20-year chart starting with Home Depot, you can see that the setup is actually quite reminiscent of 1995 to 1999. So the last 4 years resembles that period. In 1995 to 1998, you saw Home Depot have a gradual, healthy uptrend as the stock market rallied as a whole. From 98 to 99, late 99, we saw a very steep ascent. There was an unhealthy move, and similarly, this time around, from 2008 to 2011, we saw a healthy, gradual uptrend. But in the last year, we've seen a very steep ascent. The stock has more than doubled. I think it's gotten excessive on a sentiment side. If we look at Lowe's, on the other hand, you can see that actually it's a similar type of setup, but a much more healthy trend. From 95 to 99, you had a gradual 3-year rally, and then a steeper ascent, but still not too excessive.
Ennis.
This time around, similarly.
Yeah, Steve,
Ennis.
you like Home Depot, and I got to admit, that chart made it look like a parabolic curve there that you didn't want to buy. What do you think?
I do much prefer Home Depot. And Ennis, I would say I disagree with you for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think comparing the present period to the late 90s, I think is really a false analogy. It's not as though Home Depot in isolation then fell apart. The entire U.S. stock market fell apart in the spring of 2000. Now, are we setting up for that kind of a fall? That's possible, but that's not a Home Depot issue. But the larger issue here is if you look at any housing stock right now, whether it's a home builder or these two or anything related to housing, it's going to be incredibly overbought technically.
To your first point, Steve, to your first point, this is what I'll say. The technicals inform the fundamentals. Part of the reason why the 99 rally was so parabolic is valuations got out of hand. Here, like we saw in a name like Apple, fundamentals might look good, but should it trade at 13 times or 11 times or 9 times? Home Depot's the same way. Should it trade at 21, 19, or 17? The technicals give you a lot more information than the fundamentals from that perspective.
And Ennis, I agree with you that the entire sector is incredibly overbought, anything related to housing. But my main point here, I think it is perverse logic you're using to say that we don't want to bet on Home Depot because it has rallied so much harder than Lowe's. And indeed it has. It's outperformed this year. It's outperformed over 10 years. But to say that because it's traded much better, we don't want to buy it, that would be like a football gambler saying, I don't want to bet on the Houston Texans because they just keep winning.
No, you want to bet on the winner in technicals, but you don't want to bet on the crazy, crazy parabolic winner.
All right. Good discussion, guys. Always appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today on Talking Numbers.